Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir. You too. Bye.
Hi.
Hi, Susan.
How are you?
How are you?
Hey.
I keep banging my knee that I banged
That's kind of how I
totally
am right
wrong.
now.
So,
So, yeah, we were finishing up story time, summer program and everything. So,
I saw the picture of your rock snake.
oh my gosh, it was so cute. It was fun.
You should do a rockadile.
I
You know?
like that. I'll have to tell Blair. But yeah.
Yeah, she sent me a picture of it, but I'd seen it on the Facebook page.
Yeah,
So.
we did 3 of them ourselves, and one of the ones I did was off of a book. So I made it look like I think it was called Something from Tiffany's, and so it was Tiffany blue, and it's like I'm just gonna make a book piece of the snake, and because snakes like to read.
That's
So
neat.
I haven't been over to see how big it's gotten since last week or whatever, but I guess
because everybody adds to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and we were learning about butterflies today, so that was nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, so. I hope we have a quorum.
That would be nice today.
Yeah, but we are live now, so
okay.
When the other board members get on, we'll make introductions for the new ones, and
yeah,
see what happens. So y'all having a big summer?
it's a little big. I mean, we're doing a little traveling and
Nice.
not a lot, but it's been so hot. It's already been
Yeah.
hot, so
We're just getting
I'm not-
started.
I know. My family's coming in, a family that lives in Salem, Massachusetts, and they're coming in, and they are definitely not used to this weather anymore, of the humidity. So it's going to be interesting.
Yes. Well, I see Wendy. Wendy, if you can unmute yourself.
There you
There
go.
you go. And
How do you-
then you, if you reach up towards, if you're on a touch screen, reach up towards the top and it'll bring a bar and it'll have a camera with a red line across it. And you just hit that camera, just like you did the phone. And there's Katie or Karen. I don't know why I want to call you Katie.
Can I just click start video at the bottom?
Here, hello. I don't
Um,
know. It's okay.
Yes.
Oops.
Try that. There you are.
Yes.
Oh,
Hi.
I don't know what I did, but there I am.
You are.
So this is Wendy Lindsay from Lincoln, Susan McCowan from
Hi,
Westport,
Wendy.
and Karen McCraddock is our new board chair. And she's
Hello.
from Prairie Grove.
Don't.
Huh?
Hush, Susan.
Oh,
Let's see. We got you said Ruby was going to be gone. Is that right?
yes. And that
Am
was
I
the only
there?
one
Are
that I
you-
heard from.
Okay.
Travis, he may be traveling and trying to log in,
Oh, sure.
so. Karen, you keep freezing.
What's that? I don't
You
know
keep-
why.
Yeah, you're freezing. Okay, here's
Let
Travis.
Am I?
Yeah,
I got
it
a
keeps
good
freezing up.
signal. Is it staying?
Hi,
I do
Travis.
Hey, Glenda.
freezing.
Travis, we have a new member, Wendy Lindsay from Lincoln. I
Hello.
tried to point at her and that didn't work.
Am I
So,
staying on now? I don't think so. Am I staying on now?
It's choppy.
yeah, it's a little choppy.
I'm gonna move. Second. I'm out. I use a really good Wi-Fi. Maybe I'll move inside and see if it's better.
Okay,
So give me a second. Give me a second to
Sure.
walk. Open the door.
Oh, get down, please.
Travis, it's nice to see that you're not in an airport or a car.
I am not. I am actually getting ready to start handing out food from a food pantry in about an hour. So
Oh,
I'm in
wow.
a good spot. Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
let's not sit right here. Sorry, y'all. She wants to say hello. She's
Howdy.
talking.
Am I freezing up anymore?
Yeah.
Just-
Is it
yeah,
better? Is it still choppy?
Yes,
I'm not
it is.
I'm not the IT person at the household. I'll have to have Doug look at it later.
As long as we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, well, it is 3:31. I say we call to order. Anyone want to call the meeting to order today? Have we got quorum? 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yes. We have 4.
Okay. So you'll have to walk me through this, Glenda. I'm not the best at Robert's
Okay.
Rules of
I don't
Orders,
think
but
we don't have to approve the call to order.
okay. Well,
but-
the call to order is 15:30. Let's get started, right? Travis got
Okay.
food pantry to do, which is a good thing.
Plenty of time.
Very good.
Okay.
All right. So
The first one, well, I'm trying to take it away from Karen. First thing we need
it's
to do.
okay. I was
are
going
the
to say,
minutes.
everyone's received their packets, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And has
Yes.
everyone had a chance to read through the minutes from the last meeting, April 6th?
Yes.
Yes.
Does anyone have any questions about anything there?
Nope.
No, ma'am.
Nope, good.
Glenda, anything to add on that?
No,
Okay,
so we guess we
Then
need someone to,
as Gary would say, let's entertain a motion to approve the minutes from April 6th as written.
I so move.
I'll second.
All right. Those are written and approved. So we go
Need
on
to
to
vote.
Ms. Glenda, director's report. Is that how we do this?
yeah,
need to
don't
vote.
you need to vote on the,
Oh, we need to vote. Okay, so does everyone, let's vote to make sure that everyone approves of the minutes from April 6th. A show of hands,
Aye.
if you would, if you approve the minutes. All right, I so unanimous. Anyone opposed to the minutes? Okay. Oh,
okay. All right. My director's report isn't very long, actually, because I've been doing the annual report, was doing that up until April. And then between that time and just 2 weeks ago, I had been dealing with the project of moving the software from the servers hosted here in our office and getting that transferred to the vendors' servers where they're more secure. We don't have to buy the equipment. We have to pay a little more, but like I said, it's more secure. If the power goes out here, everyone can still access it, except for us here. And that took a lot longer than we originally thought. One, we're locked down. We're very secure here in the office. We found out IT had to work with us quite a while. And then installing on all the different and various machines across the different cities. Some of the machines didn't like it. We had to add things called registry keys. We had to do some other permission stuff that IT told me how to do, or I had to get the IT person from that town. But we are officially moved. The only thing that still lives here is the phone server that calls people and tells them when their materials are ready. We've been without our courier since March 14th, and we cannot rehire because it's a workman's comp situation. And so Nikki Morris has been doing the courier position Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and I've been doing it on Wednesdays. And it's kind of nice to get out and see the libraries and the staff. So that's really good. We're still waiting to hear on what his status is. And then I've been working on things that I'll talk about more on as we get farther down the agenda about Act 372. And then we have the individual library reports. So, and basically they're all summer reading reports. Let's see, we got one from everybody but Springdale. And I know they've been very busy with summer. So it looks like everybody's having good programming and fun and good turnout after the COVID years. So that's all I have for my director's report. if there are any questions.
No,
Okay. Then we go to the financial reports, and this one y'all will have to vote on and do. Let's see. I went through and I didn't really see anything that wasn't routine. In March, we did get a state aid check, which we get quarterly. ODP Business Solutions on 3B6 is Office Depot. They've changed their name. Preferred Office Technologies, that's what we're, the company that we're paying to maintain and run the computers at Winslow and Greenland. And plus we lease the machines basically from them. Midwest Tape and Baker and Taylor are the main vendors that we use for Greenland and Winslow materials. I don't really see anything in the treasurer's reports on, but if anybody has any questions, please let me know. Anyone?
Anyone?
no.
Okay.
How's the
on the-
van holding up? That'd be the only thing. How's the
What's that?
van? How is the van holding up?
It's
Ban.
holding them so far. The purchasing person should be back by next week. And I hope to get that started so that we can start on our replacement van. But it's holding up well. And I'm happy of that.
That's good.
On the statement of operations, which is 3B13, that negative $14,000 in the first line, the salary full-time, is because they do quarterly sweeps and take out money that's not been expended. I have not hired my assistant director yet. And so that money is going back into reserves because it wasn't used. But I questioned it. I was like, what happened?
Okay.
Let's see.
Say-
And
3B18.
Where are
3B18.
3B18. I don't have a 3B18.
Oh, I was
It was
repeating.
13, I think. 3B13.
13. Okay.
15.
I
I
was
don't
wondering-
make my numbers very well.
Okay, I found it.
Okay. So this is Wendy, this is basically a snapshot of our budget as it stands today. And we only have one negative number, and that was expended because we did a PO for the year, and our electric bill is not as high as it looks.
That was one of my questions.
I'm sorry,
Said that was one of my questions.
and I need to double check on that. Because I don't know why they've added on to the PO. I will check in with comptrollers about that. And then we're 4 cents over on the machine lease. We replaced our machine with a color printer. We haven't had a color printer copier ever, and don't have our color printer anymore. So we got a newer model for just about the same price. And they set it up where we get 200 color copies a month, which we don't hardly use, but it is nice to have for the holiday signs that, you know, for Greenland and Winslow, it says they're closed. And so it looks nicer. But we went over by 4 cents. And $4 on the municipal library funding, and that's just because of the rounding. So that's not major. So, and then you'll see that we still have the money for the van to purchase that. And the old van has 128,000 miles on it right now, or the newest van. So on 3B15, we've gone ahead this year and encumbered nearly all of the money because that way we don't have to create a PO in the computer every time. We have that line item with that much money in it, and we just on our bills we write the PO number and the amount and the account that it's the line item that's charged to, and the date and our signature, and we don't have to go through the physical act of creating an individual PO purchase order for each one of those entries, which up until this past year we thought we had to do. So that is a time saver, and will also let us spend past the spending deadline because the money's already counted as spent. And so we may not get it all spent, but we try. So we're 95%, I believe, expended for Greenland and 94% for Winslow, which is on 3B16. And then our cash flow on 3B17, you can see we're seeing the results of the building and the new property and I think, and this is just from the mortgage companies. Usually people don't pay theirs until October. And so I think we're going to be doing well by the end of the year, just because of all the growth. And of course, we'll try and do like we've done in the past and give the libraries more each year because they're serving more people. And so it's a good thing. And I even though there's more dump trucks on the road, it's good for us.
So just so we know, the date is wrong on the top of the ending cash balance. It says 22, and I think you meant 23. So you've got the years wrong as the headers, don't you?
No,
you don't. Never mind. I'm a dork.
I should have put the line up higher, one place.
That's okay. So that's what we started with. I got you.
I've always done it that way. So yeah, that's what we started with.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's see. So are there any questions, Karen?
Are there any questions about the financial reports? Anyone have any questions? I don't see any.
No.
Should we entertain a motion to accept the financial reports as presented by Glenda? I need a motion. Oh, Travis, did you raise your hand?
I'll make a motion.
Susan made a motion. Need a second.
I'll second.
Travis went away, so.
Travis did go away. We'll wait for him to come back to vote.
I'm, for some reason, my phone went to driving mode, even though I'm not in the vehicle. Anyway, I can either speak or be seen.
Okay, well, I won't comment on that. If if everyone could please raise your hand except for Travis. Travis, you can give us a yay or a nay. As to accepting the financial, aye. Okay, anyone opposed?
So Travis
Okay.
made the motion and Susan,
Susan
Seconded.
seconded.
and it was unanimous.
And we had it unanimous. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let me check something real quick.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was somebody that couldn't get in the meeting or what. Okay, so that brings us up to the circulation statistics. And since we only had a full month of May, that's all we've got since the April meeting got moved so many times. So anyhow, we're up 8.7% over last year. Ebooks are up 20.6% over last year. Farmington and Greenland had a 42.9% change over last year, but it doesn't take much. Lincoln and Prairie Grove are down just a little bit. I'm not sure why that is. But everybody else seems to be looking like they're doing pretty well. If you go to 3C2, this is just statistics of what the catalog. We've added 1,731 bib records, 1,690 item records, 429 patrons. There were 3,817 holds for materials in the month of May. And we borrowed 113 interlibrary loan books or materials for our patrons, and we loaned out 149. So, and when you go over to 3C3, says we're at 9% over where we were last year, as we fill in those circulation numbers for each month and then go against the last year and take the percentage. So you can see, 2020 really hurt us. We were down 62.5% from the previous year. But then 2021, we bounced back up to 51.64% increase. And so now it's finally starting to level out. So I think we'll see some increases in there too over time. And that is all of the statistics. Does anybody have any questions about those?
No.
No? Okay.
Mhm.
I don't remember if we
brings us-
vote. Okay,
Don't.
we
don't
don't
have to
vote on statistics. Okay, very good. Thank
Money
you.
and time.
Money and time. Awesome.
And then any actions that we might take. The next section, I just wanted to update you where we are with Act 372. I have met with members of the county administration. They have designed, or we're in process of designing a policy and a procedure for when someone has a complaint. And we will be working on that again. We meet again at the end of the month. But basically what is going to happen is there's a challenge policy where an individual has to contact me and talk about a title that they might challenge. And then I have a committee mostly formed that I would then have a monthly meeting. We would review those materials and decide whether they're adequate or that they fill a need in the collection. And then if the patron agrees with that, or if we find that it doesn't belong in the collection, then we'll relocate it. But if it does, we feel that it does belong in the collection, then the matter then goes to the quorum court, where I will make a presentation to them of what we did in that committee meeting, which is open to the public. I have requested that those be held at the courthouse during courthouse hours so that there's security. And the committee members, most of them are from Springdale, and they will rotate so that they're not all away every time or every month. And then West Fork, the West Fork director has volunteered to serve on the committee also. And so that means I will go to the quorum court and report on the committee and the decision. And then the quorum court will vote based on the information that I give them on whether the material stays in the collection or be relocated. And this will be the law in August. We're kind of working our way through getting ready. And so that's, the committee that I have are all professional librarians. They're all trained and have their master's degree. And so, and I will be on that committee also. So, but there's still things we have to do. We have to finish the policy. I have to make sure I can get a meeting room for the same day of the month, every month at a specific time where we could have those meetings. And so, there is a lawsuit against the act. I don't know how that's progressing, but I do know that some publishing houses have joined the lawsuit, the American Library Association, and some individuals, including a 17-year-old from Little Rock. And so we'll just have to see what happens with this. I don't know if the lawsuit will tie it up until the lawsuit is over. I'm not sure how that operates, but we just have to be ready and have our P's and Q's. And the county is, they look like, they're going to be prepared to. We're all going to be ready to handle whatever we have to handle. And so that's what we'll do. And but I wanted to give you an update of where we were with the process. And so what it does essentially is it cuts out all of the library boards. And that's because most of the funding comes from the county. And so that puts that with our committee and then up to the quorum court. And so
if Lincoln gets a complaint, it just goes to you.
If this law passes, normally it would go to the library.
Mhm.
But now they will be directed to contact me. I'll have to set up a meeting. Again, I think I'm going to see if I can't have a room in the courthouse rather than having people down here, and just have a set date for those appointments. And we'll see how it goes. But that's where we're at. And but I wanted to be able to tell you and be on the record about what we're doing. And and that's really the only agenda item I have today for this meeting.
Does the policy or the procedure you're coming up with, is it a one book at a time or one set of materials at a time that the person can challenge?
It's one, or if there are two that might be considered very similar titles, or
I mean, I might just, because I think people will get tired of having to meet you, and maybe it'll all just stop.
we'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. So
Yeah, no, I think having it at the courthouse is a good thing.
I do too. Not that I expect danger, but there's more room, and there are other people around. There's just not really enough room here to do it, and so I'm glad you agree with me. Thank you. That's, unless anybody else has any items that they need to bring up. Do we want to look at a date for the next meeting? Oh, Karen went away. Your mic's off.
Did everyone go, or was it just me?
It was just you.
Well, everyone just froze. I was like, okay. I felt like I was in a movie. Okay. Sorry. Yes, the courthouse is a good idea. I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry.
I will find out about the state aid August 11th, and it will probably be the end of the month before I could have the budget together. But let's meet in early September. That will give more time. Does anyone have a problem with that?
I don't.
Good right now.
Okay. Let's do the 14th if that works for everybody, because the Thursday before that's the week of Labor Day, and people might take their time getting back into town or anything. Does that work for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. And what time would you like to meet?
I would say 3:30 would still work good, because we're gonna be gonna be in school at that point, and
Yes.
we're moving up schools. We're not in elementary anymore. So
Oh, wow.
I know. So I'm trying to think of the time frame on how that's gonna work a little bit better. So
3:30 on the 14th works for me.
Okay, great. Thank you, Travis.
but if we need to do a different time or something, I mean, I can work around it, you guys too. So
3:30 works for me too.
That actually
so
works
September.
better.
Sorry.
Yeah, it does work better.
Okay. All right. Well, if no one has anything else, then somebody needs to make a motion to adjourn.
Adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 4:01 p.m.
Oh, thank you.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, thank you all. And
very-
at the next meeting, we'll know whether Act 372 is law, or if it will be, if the lawsuit will take effect before then. I just don't have any idea. So thank you all for
Will you
attending.
email us? Will you email us
Sorry?
and tell us? Will you
Yeah,
email us and tell us?
I'll send
If-
a note out to everybody whenever I hear something. But I imagine it'll be in the papers and on the news too.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it's possible that since it's in the middle of a lawsuit, if it's still going to go into effect. Does that make sense?
That's what I don't know either.
At this
Well,
point, I don't believe there's been an injunction. There's just a lawsuit, so there's been no ruling on it yet.
So I
So
think
it's
it's,
supposed to go into effect August 1.
yeah,
Right.
that's what I was
Okay.
thinking logically, but I thought, there's always hope.
Yep, you never know. Depends on the judge.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it was nice to see you all. And maybe next time we'll have more of a crew. And I'll tell the IT gentleman that when our next meeting is, and they will send out one link when he sets up the meeting, and then the next link will come about an hour before the meeting. So, and I don't know what happened to the ones this time, the first ones. It would have been sometime in May, but I couldn't find it either. But
I couldn't
Okay.
either.
and then the other one popped up right there. So,
There you go.
okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you
Very
all.
good. Y'all
Thank
have a
you.
good day.
Y'all have a
Thank
good
you.
summer.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Stay
Bye.
cool.
Hi.
Yeah.
Okay.